Hey everybody, Kratos Lucina here. Today we're taking out the Chieftain Mk.11. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this particular playthrough of the Chief kind of, I don't want to drive the 6 and the 10 and the 11 separately. They're all basically the same tank, each one getting progressively better upgrades. So I'm going to let this be the definitive Chieftain drive. And the Chieftain had a development cycle from 58 to 63, and then immediately adopted in 63, where it served until 1995. It was built to replace the Chief or the uh, Centurion after a noticeable threat was noticed from advanced Soviet armor-piercing rounds, and so they built a tank that could defeat those rounds. And this was the juggernaut they intended to fight the Russians coming across the Fulda Gap. And it's understandable that this is what they would want. This thing's a monster. And the other intent of this particular vehicle was to be able to engage targets at huge distances. I'm not even sure what hit me that caused this damage. Boy, there's a lot of shells came out of nowhere out that thing. All the shells at once hit. Really? You're gonna play me like this? Ah! Okay. So, throughout each iteration of the Chieftain, moving from, the Chieftain Mark 1 all the way up to the 11, each one came with progressive upgrades, including the extended mantlet armor and all that kind of stuff. Oh man, can I even... Of course, everything's driving out of view right when I need it to stay in view. Advanced optics, advancements on the fire control system. There were quite a few upgrades made, and you can see on this one the mantlet, extended mantlet armor, the infrared lamp that used to hang off the side has been replaced by a more advanced infrared seeker system. Do you mind? Now I'm carrying the... Man, I'm not going to get any kills this round. The reload on this thing is just super long. Yeah, I don't think so, Wiener. Ugh, that's the worst part about getting spotted when there's 100 enemy tanks. Is you may be able to tank the hits, especially with a tank like this one. The problem is everybody is shooting at you. Everybody. And so it's just a relentless pounding, just ting, 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 ting. Is this thing having a stroke? What's going on? Ooh, that was a solid hit. What is hitting me so hard? Ah, come on. Well, that's unfortunate. Wasn't much I can do about that. Where did that T1 even come from? I've never seen a tank spawn there before. Okay, so I'm loaded down with Squash Head. In this game, they call it High Explosive Penetrator, the HEP, but it's a Squash Head. I never really carry it. Kind of wanted to see what it would do, so I decided to load it into this particular tank. Nice try, Wiener. It's going to take this guy 2.5 minutes to reload. Yeah, enough of your engine. Ah! Alright, let's see who we can kill. Oh, that was a weak hit. What happened there? Skadoosh. Alright, come on. I just need one more. One more and I'm good. There we go. Alright, got my 5 kills for the event. So outside of getting shot in the backside, I mean, it is pretty solid at, you know, shrugging off a lot of hits. Oh, hit the hill. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drive over there. There's not much I can do from over here. Everything's hiding behind something else. Alright, so, you know, this was the beast that was to fight the Russians at the Fulda Gap. Kind of unfortunate for the tank that we never got to see its combat prowess in action. But at the same time, like, you know, thank God it never had the opportunity to participate in that particular action. Do you mind? Let me just muscle through here. That was another change that was made in subsequent evolutions of the Chieftain was uh, they constantly were upgrading engines and stuff like that, and so that way it could, you know, it could work to. Ah, what? What was up with that bad hit? Kind of stuck in here. Ah! God, I'm pushing like 12 tanks at once. Yeah, enough of you. No. No. We just splash right through the front of your tank here. Nope. Alright, we win. It's got a really low rate of fire, but I mean, like maybe if I was using armor piercing, you know, the damage might have been lower, but it would have been more consistent as opposed to just splashing a lot of wasted rounds. And also, this mission's kind of short. On a lot of missions where I can get good long sight lines, it's actually the squash heads are actually really good at ammo racking and blowing up engines and killing crew and stuff like that. This one didn't really benefit that, especially since I whiffed my first like 4 rounds. But I got exactly 5. That was enough to do my challenge or this event thing. All in all, if it were the beast that had to fight off the Russians at the Fulda Gap, it probably would have dominated. I mean, there were 2,000 of these things built by the end of their run, and it was marked as the most powerful tank in the world until surpassed by the Leopard 2. And at which point England said, "Can't have that," and they went and built the Challenger. And then the U.S. was busy trimming the fat on the Abrams. And for this particular tank, this was a good tank. It's seen some action in the Middle East through other countries, but it was never seen. It never saw combat with the British in any particular conflict. but it would have probably completely dominated, just as the Challenger did. So I give it high marks. And yeah, its survivability from the front is very impressive. I guess those hits I took earlier when I was confused as to why I took 800 was that IT-1 sneaking up on me. But it's a solid tank. I like it. Anyway, if you enjoyed that mission, please like and subscribe. Massive thank you to those that already have. Comment down below if you'd like to see a tank in battle. And I will see you guys in the next mission. Until then, have fun.